Meanwhile, back at the camper, we're making homemade pizza. Take a look at that, huh? Grandma's been making sourdough bread over there. Look at that sourdough bread inside of there.
Yeah.
Look at that. We already had a chunk of that.
Sourdough bread. Somebody got into it.
Look in there. We're cooking pizzas in there.
Yep.
Meanwhile, back at the camper, we got her. We got it on here for sure. Woo! Look at this.
Specialized pizzas for each person.
Yep.
Daryl gets lots.
Daryl gets
goodies.
a lot because Daryl's really hungry nowadays. All right.
Gotcha.
Well, there's me and the camper.
Got you covered.
You see, there they are. The meanwhile, back at the camper crew, they just hauled me up here, and now I'm gonna go walking over here, all the way up the highway for just 7.5 miles, which is gonna be a pretty easy hike. Not too bad. Just got to make sure I don't get ran over by cars, you know. It's gonna be the most dangerous thing there. And so yeah, it's beautiful up here. Absolutely good looking country. I'm probably not gonna set up the tripod and do any walk-bys on the highway. I kind of doubt that. But yeah, that's the plan today. 7.5 miles. And then tomorrow we tackle Oracle Ridge. We are now at, I don't know, very nearly 200 miles on this little hike. And you can see all of it pretty much from right up here. If we can get out of these trees here, I'll show you in a second. So let's go over the whole trip we did already. Let's get this up here like this. So you can see over there, way the heck out there, that's Mexico. That's where we started, right at the edge of Mexico. Then we hiked this way, all the way across this country right here to that big pointy peak right. Yeah, it's over there. Right there, boom. And then we hiked out across that desert there, over to the other side of that mountain right there, and then up this mountain here. And then we hiked across this desert between there and here over to this mountain. Now this next one is a big one. It's like 180 miles or so, roughly. It's out there to a little mountain range called the Tonto Mountains. Okay, where's the sun at? Way over there. Okay, that cars have gone by now. We're ready to go. All right, so we've got clear to this mountain. Tomorrow we hike down Oracle Ridge after having done all those nice little deserts over there. So we've already crossed 1, 2, 3 deserts. We are going to cross the 4th big desert and the last big desert as well. I mean, there's other stuff that's kind of deserty, but not super deserty. We'll cross this next one, and it's big. It's 70, 80 miles out across there. Now the nice thing about it is it's not lots of huge ups and downs like these mountains are, but nonetheless, it's hot, it's low, long ways between water sources. Long ways between water sources on a blooming drought year, so it could be challenging from a water perspective. The next chunk of big mountains we get that has big trees and stuff on them, or at least tree-covered mountains, is the Tonto Mountains up there, just basically be northeast of Phoenix. And so that's kind of the plan. You know, I'm a third of the way through this road hike, so I got about another, 5 miles to go or so. And yeah, woohoo, right? Well, we are out here on at the beginning of Oracle Ridge. And if you look way down there, I don't even know if you can see it at all. It's right there. That is Oracle right there. Oracle's the town. This is the ridge. Of course, we just crossed Lemmon, which is right up there. You can see that right up top. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a bunch of towers and stuff up there, right there. And so, finished off this section this morning, hiking to the top of Mount Lemmon. Nice little road walk. Pretty easy terrain. A road is easy to walk on. But we can get some distance down Oracle Ridge today too. So we've packed up sleeping gear and all that stuff for a overnighter down here. And then when we hit Oracle, or just a little bit beyond, it's the 199.9 mile mark. It's pretty tough, you know, all these really dedicated thru hikers you got on here, you know, they gotta go. Basically, I'm sleeping in the camper, eating sourdough hotcakes, you know. I got it easy. When my friend gets a vacation, I go and spend a week with them. It's really not the same deal, you know. These guys are pretty gungy. These guys that straight through walk this thing from Mexico clear to wherever. There have been people on this trail. I see bicycle tracks. Anyhow, we'll check in with you later. Well, that's Biosphere 2 down there. I've read about it, never seen it. Well, good morning. A chilly morning. Whoa, what a night. The wind just howled up there on Oracle Ridge. That's where I ended up spending the night. I made it, I don't know, 7 miles or so down the ridge yesterday afternoon. And camped on the ridge, which I had planned on doing, and man alive, the wind blew. And I was even in a kind of a protected spot. It was crazy. And the other thing is, all of that country back there has burned. I mean, it's all just burnt, all of it. So I ended up camping in like a, you know how it looks like if you've had a campfire, you know, and it's all dusty and full of black stuff and this and that. Well, I camped in one of them spots. I should look at my face. How do I look? Every time you'd wake up, there'd be a big gust of wind coming by and it'd blow dirt in the tent. I had a fun night, let me tell you. Didn't sleep very much, probably. But you know what? It's beautiful out here again this morning. But at any rate, nice rocky trail. It's like walking on tennis balls, you know, all the way down here. And you know, it's still all burnt. It ain't so pretty, but that's all right. You know what? Fires happen. Wow, what a day. Tell you what, the wind is blowing so hard, it'll almost knock you down sometimes. And I've just found a little spot kind of down in the hole here where I could maybe do a little bit of filming. Not a very good day for taking video, for a fact. It's always just kind of nice to keep even numbers, you know, where you can say you've got, you know, this is we took a break at 100 last time, so this time we're going to take a break at 200 and that kind of stuff. Maybe next time we'll be able to go a little bit farther. I don't know. Pretty down in here, and we also have got out of the fire, which is pretty nice. Gee, many Christmas. Just ran into another hiker here. He had the same experience I did last night. Couldn't even sleep at all because of the wind and just blowing everything. Pretty country where it isn't all burned up. I like it. I mean, it wasn't ugly, terrible ugly where it was burned up, but Definitely kind of pretty now. Enjoyed that. Enjoying that. You can see where we came from up. I'll show it to you up there on top of that hill. Came from up there and on top of the next hill and the next hill and the next hill, all the way to the top of Mount Lemmon. You know, we will be from yesterday about noonish, 11 in the morning or something like that, to today about 11 in the morning or noonish. We will have come down around 5,000 feet, which is a bit. It's quite a bit for me. I'll tell you what, I'm feeling it. Although I'm doing well, I feel good. Stopped at a cattle tank back there a little while ago. It was really pretty good water. Stopped at the cattle tank and got me some water to carry down here to see the meanwhile back at the camper crowd. And that's about 5 miles farther on here. I think I'm nearly there. And so yeah, it's nice to be down here out of the wind a little bit right now. Oh, look at that. Kind of a neat little hoodoo up ahead of us there. Let's see if we can't get that in the picture. Where is it? Right there. Yeah, I guess you guys probably can see it. Right there, yeah. And there's a few of them out there as well. It's not the big ones from up on the mountain, but nonetheless, pretty nice ones anyway. Well, I've made it to the Hijinks Ranch. You can see it sitting right over there. So the first week I was out, I did 100 miles or 50 miles. Second week out, I did 50 more miles, got me to 100. Now this is the third week out, and we're now going to get up to 200, I think, 199.9. So we'll have to talk to them meanwhile back at the camper crowd, and we'll see what they think. But I'm kind of wondering if maybe we don't just try to tackle a 200-mile section this next time. Now it's kind of important on this next section, right, that we get basically through all this lowland desert out here before it gets hot, you know. So we're already in March. Temperatures coming up a little bit. Temperatures are coming up. Well, and the problem is come April, you start getting high temperatures, you know, where it gets up into the 80s and 90s in the daytime. Probably be in the 80s in March even at times. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. But I definitely don't want to be hiking out through that low country when it's hot. Probably not tough enough for that kind of action. So we'll have a conversation with meanwhile back at the camper crowd when I get back there and see what we want to do for the next little installment. If I can get 200 more miles under my belt, that's half of the darn trail. Yeah, this is really pretty right here, actually. Kind of like it. Yeah, I'm glad I got down off the mountain and felt like I wasn't gonna get blown over. We were up there yesterday Woohoo! All right, well, we've discovered, meanwhile, back at the camper, going up the trail behind me, there she is back there. Although, look over there, that's neat. And there's more neat old corral over there. See it, and then there's the old ranch house. And then there's, meanwhile, back at the camper right there,
All right.
more of these guys. And so, yeah, we are back at the
job.
camper. Woohoo!
It's this
Whoa.
200-mile steak.
That's my 200-mile steak. Pretty hungry. I think I can just munch that down in a second. I do believe so.
Good job, Daryl.
Woohoo!
200 miles, celebrating
200
200 miles.
200 miles. Woohoo!
You did good.
We did good, Grandma.